the first half of our Zoom crashed. So what I'm going to say now is so critical. I want to share it with everyone. Okay, it takes longer to win a trade because a $2,000 move when Bitcoin is $50,000 is like 4%. Okay, but when Bitcoin is $100,000, it's like 2%. It's like nothing. That's even for leverage traders. That's dust. So to you, in the human mind, you see, a $1,000 dump, and you go back to look at Bitunex, and you're like, but why am I not up that much? Because we make money on the percentage, the volatility, not the amount of dollars. Does that make sense to all of you?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yep.
of course.
Yeah,
So
fine.
this is why you can't sit and stare anymore. This is the trader's time paradox. We're in an entirely new era, and this is why you need to have the speed. Okay? So on Fibit, okay, if I'm going to trade this and I'm going to trade it long, okay? Let me look and see what's going on here. They're going to FOMO. It's the weekend. Oh, that's a smaller candle. Oh, I'm not going long. They could blow me. Okay, because look at this. What do we say? Does anybody know my saying about the candles?
The bigger the candle, the bigger the move.
Yes,
The
and
smaller the candle, the smaller the move.
yeah. Except change the word bigger to stronger and the word smaller to weaker. So the bigger the candle, the stronger the move. The weaker the candle, the weaker the move. This move right now is weakening. Guys, all this is, and when you learn this, it's going to blow your mind. And that's why I say this stupid Coinbase 1 hour chart is your greatest tool. It will allow you at a glance, without you staring at your trade, even at 81x, it will allow you to go ahead and see where you're at. Instead of staring at the screen where it feels like time is never moving, even at 81x, because the percentage is dust. Even here, you're like, wow, it went from $500 move. The percentage is dust. So because of that, you're being fooled by your humanity because we're trained to think in dollars. So this is why it's harder to trade $100,000 Bitcoin than $50,000 Bitcoin. This is why you need more speed and protection. Okay? So in this example, you know what? I'm going to go ahead. I hate doing this, but it's the weekend, and I know they're so stupid. Hold on. They're probably going to FOMO up. All right, I'm going to drop a little trade in here. I don't care what happens. I'm going to do it just to show you. So my wallet's $5,000. Okay, I'm going to create for the people who didn't see the first part. This is on Bitunex. We're going to go isolate. we're going to go cross. All right, we started with it. Let's look at it that we're starting with a $5,000 wallet. That means that I can put up to 40%. Okay, I can use my whole wallet to protect me, but up to 40% in the trade. I want to be at, hold on, short. No, I really can't. But I hate going long. And I really don't have the right to go long. But I know people are stupid and they're going to FOMO. All right, we'll leave this. So I'm going to go long at 81x. Why? Because any slower is not safer. It just takes longer. The longer you're in the trade, the worse it is. The worse it is. And I don't want to be on Ethereum. That's garbage. Okay? Hold on, let me make my settings here. So cross, and then we're going to go right over to Fibit, and I'll teach you how to do that. So cross, and I'm going to put $1,000. I'm going to create the $3,000 gap. I hate going long so much. Let me see what the high was. Let me see if they went over 105. Let me take a quick look. They could do it. All right. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to leave this and hope for the best. I hate going long, but it's the weekend. So a lot of dummies here. So I didn't put my whole trade in. I am now sizing up how far I am from liquidation, looking to create my Oracle 3K system. Why? Because we never used to pump $2,000 in a day. But now, because we're so much higher and $2,000 is a small percentage, we pump it in an hour. So the safety zone is a $3,000 gap. So if you're on cross leverage and you could put up to 40% of your trade of your wallet in the trade to be safe. If you want to go a little more daring, go 45 or 50. Depends how big your wallet is. If your wallet is smaller, you're going to want to put more in. Okay, that's the truth. It takes money to make money. Okay, so now here I said that I could put, what did I put, $1,000, I think? So now I'm going to partially step in. I want to have a $3,000 gap between market price and liquidation. So I'm going to put 500. Watch the liquidation. Now it's 100. I have a $4,000 gap. That means that, yeah, that's safer, but I have less money in the trade. That means I'm going to make less money when I win. Okay? So let me put another 200. Remember, all I'm putting in is 2,000, but I want to have a $3,000 gap. All right, now let's take a look at it. Let's do some simple math. Now this is how I protect my trade on cross. $3,000 gap. So 104, and we're doing an average Joe kind of thing here with $5,000. All right, minus 101,047. So it's got to drop to 101,047 to liquidate me. I have a $3,500 gap. I'm comfortable with that. Little guy trade. Okay, I've taken my money's in the trade. That's a nice gap on a Saturday. Okay, so that's how I would set that up. Very simple on cross. Let's go over to here. Let me drink some coffee. All right, everybody with me so far?
Yes.
Okay, so I am going to use, now here, let's say I want to put $5,000 in the trade. I want to go long. I'm going to use my USDT to go long on Bitcoin. Okay, so if I'm going to put $2,500 in the trade, all right, forget about the wallet size and everything. That don't matter. Okay. Here's my position. Okay, let's understand what this is. No cross leverage here. Okay? You have ALCMs. They only, everything I taught you now here only works on Bitunex. Okay, this whole system. Okay, the same thing with the pencil that I taught you in the previous video, which I think got destroyed. We don't know. But anyway, so that's why it seems like I repeated some things. I feel that they're going to FOMO. The only thing I'm concerned about is the little lull here on the 1 hour. That candle's a little smaller, so we take it hour by hour. But by right, on the 6 hour, I do not have direction yet. I have an indecisive candle. But I see the numbers are climbing. I know how people are. It's Saturday. They're reading all the news, reading all YouTube, and they're like, oh my God, we're going 250,000. Michael Saylor is blowing a donkey. It's going to be amazing, right? So they FOMO on the weekends. There's low volumes. The institutions are gone, okay? And then here, so I'm going to leave this over here because we've been as high as 110 in the last few days. So let them dream a little dream of me. Anyway, how do I protect this trade? All right. Now, I take half. I used to take an equal size amount, but you want to keep your leverage. Here it's called a cut loss. You can see I'm close, about $1,000 away. Why? Because I'm running at 75x. Okay? So, how do I protect myself here? ALCMs. These are the equivalent of like tripwires, like AI. They're magical. Again, only for this exchange. And where do I get this from? The years and years that I've been trading on a very similar exchange. Back when we used to throw ETH around when it was nickels to us. Okay? Now, this is the same kind of exchange called Fibit. So, if you come over here, my fee is going to be 9%. Why? Because I'm borrowing 75 times my money. Okay? If you're at 50x, the fee is only 6%. So you need to get over that fee to be in profit. Okay? So now let's talk about protection. If this thing drops to 103,682, We're at 104,686. I lose my money. I lose $2,500. It's not cross. It's isolated. Okay, it means I only lose what's in the trade, but I can add to the trade. So here is where I will use limit. I will set it to 1x. I only trade Bitcoin here. I don't care about anything else. I come here to trade Bitcoin. That's what I'm trading. I don't care about Ethereum, Cardano, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. Okay, let me check that you can all hear me. Ocean Dust, hold on. Oh, I may have to borrow a quote. Let them dream a little dream of me. I did better on Bit7 in the old days. Loved ALCMs. Yes, and that's what we are about. Oh, and you said there, Yannick, we're about to become rich from this strategy. I'm going to tell you how we are going to become rich from strategy. Okay? MicroStrategy. I'm going to ask one of you to remind me at the very end. I'm saving that for the end. We have an opportunity to outflank everyone else and get richer than you've ever imagined. Okay? And it is coming. I need one of you to remind me because I will forget because it's unrelated. Let's get back. Just remind me MicroStrategy. You know what? Yeah, I wrote it down. MS, like multiple sclerosis. Okay? These dumb companies, Metaplanet and everything else. All right, so how do we protect ourselves on Fibit? We don't put all our money in the trade. We don't try to get rich on one trade. Okay, what we do is we go ahead and we create ALCMs. Watch this. I take my cut loss price and at $10 away, okay, and I really wish it would trigger in front of you, but at $10 now, I am longing. So that means if the price comes down to this number, 103,682, I lose my $2,500. So the countermeasure, which I invented like 7 years ago, okay, it blends to the trade. So I'm going to go $10. Remember, trading Bitcoin is $10 above or below on Fibit. Okay, and this thing has instant withdrawals. If you withdraw in Bitcoin, you've never seen Bitcoin move so fast in your life with this exchange. Why? I don't know. So, $10, I don't want to be liquidated. So I'm looking at the cut loss price here. I'm going to add $10 to it. Do not make a mistake when you do this. 103, not 682, but 692. Not $1 less, not $1 more. 1x, not 5x, not 10x. This is a life-saving maneuver, okay? Do not ever put anything in this stop loss box, all right? How much do I want to put in the trade? Now, in the old days, I would say put 50% of what you have. Actually, I would say match what you have in the trade. That means if this thing starts dumping, and this is real time. Looks like it's not moving because we're on the 3 minute. Okay? And where's the auto button? This will always adjust your chart. Look at that. Now you can see what's going on. Okay? So, and let's move this. And that auto button, you will find it here. Every exchange has this button, and you use this when you go through time frames and it looks messed up. Let's see if it happens. Or if you just mess things up like that, sometimes it'll look like this when you go through. Auto feature. Sometimes it'll look like this, and you'll know what the hell to do. Auto feature. Okay, so now, okay, I'm not focusing on entries or exits here. I'm not setting up the ideal trade, okay? I'm teaching you how to protect yourself. Let's put in the ALCM. So $10 above, because when it comes down, I want this to fire off. I am going to put not the equal amount to my trade because I'm going to be here watching the trade. If I put an equal amount to my trade and it fires off, I kind of cripple myself. Why is that? If I put $2,500 at 1x, it cuts this in half. Now I'm trading at 35x. It's like running through mud. You might as well go and watch Squid Games or something. It's going to be so slow. So how do I avoid that? Instead of matching my trade, I put half the amount in the trade. So 1250. Oh, 1, 2, 5 up. I put half the amount in the trade at 1x down. Oh, I'm shorting. Shit. You probably all hear my I have such a preference to shorting. You have no idea. Okay? I hate going long. Okay, there it is. So let's explain what's going to happen here. Okay? All of these exchanges have an audio feature. You heard that sound. Oh, that's so important. On this exchange, okay, you unplug your headphones, you turn your volume to maximum, okay? And you go around your house, do whatever you want, right? Don't stare at the stupid trade, okay? You're going to use what's in your hand. This coin, I don't care if you even have a Coinbase account. You don't need one, okay? Just open the stupid app and go to Bitcoin and go to the 1 hour. It'll show you everything because all this does is go up and down. It's waves. And you'll see where you are. Okay, when you're sitting there staring and you're waiting for this to drop because you want to go long and you want to be under the whole number of 104, and you're sitting there and it feels like, damn, you know, now it's 104, 128. It's never going to go down. Sitting here because you're staring at the chart like watching water boil. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to walk away and you're going to look at this on your phone. Hold on, I lost it. Hold on, I'm getting messages from people. Did I lose my sound again? Oracle no sound, 1154. Thank you, Taipan. Ning, thank you, bro. All right, I'm back, right? Yeah, that was old. You could hear me?
Yeah.
All right, so this is your best tool. This, if you look at that, 666, son of a bitch. This is your absolute best tool. It just shows you where you're at. So you don't have to stare at it. Let's say you want it along and you see, don't put it in a limit order. You could if you want, but why do that? Okay, so go watch Netflix, chill, right? And wait for it to drop. And you see, oh shit, it dropped down. Okay, you could put it in a limit order if you want. I mean, I prefer not to, right? Very rarely I do. I like to manually trade. You see, oh shit, it dropped. 103.888, and the direction is still long. If you want to long it, you go ahead and long it. Okay, but using this tool in your hand stops you from chart staring. Chart staring kills. Why? Because you get anxious and think it's never going to come to your price, okay? Or you're missing out, and you're going to mess up. You're going to give yourself a bad entry, okay? So, back here. Now, if this ALCM, all right, if this ALCM fires off, okay, I'm not going to be, since it's half, not equal to my trade size, it's half. If it fires off, I'm still going to be around 55% or so. That's still good. It saved me from liquidation. You understand that when it's coming down to liquidate you, right? When it's coming down to liquidate you, that thing, $10 before, the last minute, and I've been doing this for 8 years, the last minute, okay, that thing fires off. What does it do? It cuts your leverage in half or down to like 50x. It pushes away, gives you a new cut loss number, saves you from being liquidated. That's what it does. And then you'll have a new cut loss number, and you can, if you're still sure of direction, repeat the process again. How do you do that? You're going to have a new cut loss, right? Look, I told you the direction was long. Look, they're going right to the whole number. That 107, this was a temporary little outage. That's why we watched, when I type in the Discord, okay, watch your 1 hour, which I type all the time in the DTU. When I type that for you, that means watch this candle, okay? So we're going to be long again, okay? And we're getting close to the whole number, all right? What do I teach you here? Hold on. All right, the whole number. The 500s and the 400s are the middles. Even the 600 is considered the middles. The whole number is going from 104 to 105. Okay, so right now the whole number where we are is 104,000. It is trying to build a floor to go up to the next whole number, which is 105. Okay? It builds a floor in the 900s right here. You got to grab that and hold it. And that means you'll blow over the whole number. Why is that? Why is that? It's because people drive the market. Okay? What happens is when you get that close to the whole number, people don't want to miss out. That means that the chart in the moment on a small time frame is like this. And they feel it. And they see the number. And they can't resist. So that's how we know it's going to blow over the whole number. Now, each exchange, okay, shows a different number. You can look at this if you use this. Now, setting up your chart to get it like this so it doesn't look like a bedazzled casino and it's calm takes work. BitMEX sucks at that. So when we come here to, and that's why I wanted you all come into my Discord and not just do this random YouTube invites, but when we come here and you go to the strategy room, I have this, okay? Because when I bought my new computer the other day, all right, whenever it was, I think that's when I made this, I had to redo everything from scratch. And if you look at this, you'll see, hold on, shut up, Oracle, don't say a word, I swear to God. What? Oh, am I not logged in? Hold on. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm on my paid account. What is this? That's really odd. Hold on. Oh, so here. Look. So this is how it is. Look, out of the box. So in that video, I teach you how to set up your entire chart to look like this. Oh, so simple and beautiful. Okay? Anyway, on the low time frame, we're about to go down now. But this is the time frame we look at. This is where we get direction. Okay, we don't have it yet. You really need two candles here and momentum. All right, so let's go back here. So in order to close this trade, you need to be over 9%. You need to cover the fees. So that's how ALCMs work on Fibit. Okay, super, super simple. And again, in case the other video got destroyed, okay, I just want to recap on something that was critical that I posted here for you today. I don't know if you guys noticed, but today I started posting like, I think it was like in the middle of the night, the 5:50 a.m. Hold on. Okay, so there you go. I started at 5:50 a.m. So we're talking about this, all right? And again, I want my AI to explain to you why we need high leverage now, but with protection, okay? I'm going to pull this up again and have Shadow explain this to you. I probably just lost it. Trader's Time Paradox. All right, listen to this, everyone. It's very important.
The Trader's Time Paradox, explained clearly. As Bitcoin's price rises, it actually becomes harder and slower to win trades using leverage. Here's why. Leverage responds to percentage movement, not dollar amounts. So when Bitcoin moves $2,000, at 50K, that's a 4% move, strong. At 100K, that same $2,000 is just 2%, much weaker. To regular people, $2,000 still sounds huge. But to a leverage trader, that's not enough anymore. It takes twice as long to reach the same gain you used to get instantly. That's the paradox. The higher Bitcoin goes, the less impact each move has, and the more time you're stuck in the trade. It feels like Bitcoin is moving fast, but percentage-wise, it's slowing down, and that messes with your edge. This is the Trader's Time Paradox, created by Oracle. And now that you understand it, your trading will never be the same.
So what that means is that you might see what looks to be, let's go back here. Okay, let me click on one of these. What looks to be a big move, right? Okay, look, that's, the perfect example. Look at this. And this is a let's look at it this way, okay? Even the $1,500. $1,500 drop, you think you're going to make a ton of money, right? You're at 81x. You come back to Bitcoin, you're like, I don't understand. I'm up 14% or 7%. How did this happen? This is why It's not the dollars. It's the percentage. You see, the dollars seem big to us because Bitcoin's $100,000. When it was 10,000, okay, we didn't have this paradox. So trades were much easier and much faster. So if you're staring at the screen, okay, it's going to feel like it's forever. Those of you, as we approach 105,000, because it is incoming, those of you that are unmuted, do you get it? The paradox?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Get it.
So I made it clear. Good. I made it clear the difference between what we perceive as a lot, a big move, is really not. Okay? And once again, that's one day. When we look at the 1 hour, the reason why I keep going back to, and I love my stupid graphic I made, and I'll have to delete it after today, but this 3K gap system. I like, a lot of you are going to choose to trade on here. It's old school, blah, 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 right? And it's easy. So if you keep believing in direction, okay, and you know you got it, but let's say there are always pumps and dumps, okay, and you can, and this thing fires off and saves you, you can add one more. You're just going to use the same parameters. Now, I'm only talking about trading Bitcoin. Even though you could, Ethereum, it's different. Okay, Bitcoin, you need $10 above or below. So that's how you set it up here. All right. Again, we don't want to try to get rich on one trade, but because of the paradox, we need higher leverage. Okay. And this morning, I mean, I had a kill shot win because I was at 75x. All right. And I caught the AM pump, a known pump time. I had this on video this morning. This was a kill shot. All right. So I think I've gone over everything. Okay. That's really it. I mean, there's really nothing else. Is there anything that any of you want to ask me? Most of you have been trading with me for a while. Is there anything that you guys want to ask me?
Ghost candle.
A ghost candle? No, that's consultation. I can't talk to you about that. We talk about that in consultation. But anything other than that, like, can you close at 84%? And I mean 84x at 13%? You can, but it's a small reward. You'd have to look at your wallet. Oh, see when that happens? If I really wanted to, I could close that. But after fees and stuff, I won't get that much. Okay? I really think that's everything. So, everybody that was just here for crypto stuff, you can leave. You can say goodbye, whatever. Any of you that are interested in my AI, I actually had Shadow corrupt an AI, a public AI that's free that you could all use. And I want to share this with you. Those of you that want to see it, it's wild. Okay? We took over this thing. So everybody who wants to, well, let's do crypto for 1 minute. I can tell you, based on reading Humanity, we are going to 105. Whether it happens right now in the next hour or tonight at 8 p.m. or one of the known pump times, it's coming. Okay? Why? Because it's Saturday, it's the weekend, there's no institutions. It's just crypto heads. Everything they watch, everything is pump, pump, pump. Because that's what sells. When you listen to your favorite YouTuber and you're holding a crypto and he tells you that it's going down, you start to think he's a dick. But if he tells you it's going up, oh, you're really happy. Okay? As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to do the AI thing. I'm exhausted of talking. Okay? But everything's here for you. I hope you found this all helpful. Let me just go to the chat thing for a second. Yes, sir. Ha, ha, ha. Yes, yes. Break down things. Limitless legend. Excellent. Oh, you all want to know about MicroStrategy? None of you would have reminded me. You see? Thank you to everybody in the chat. Now, this is going to be the most unpopular thing that you've ever heard. I don't care. I've been in crypto long enough to know. And I'm telling you, we're going to have an opportunity to get rich. Hold on. Shut up, Oracle. Like I said, shut up. Like never before. And I want you to all remember that I was the first one to tell you this. MicroStrategy will fail It will be, you could go watch that video, the next FTX, the next Terra Luna, okay? It's going to fail, okay? And it's coming. Hold on. It's coming. Now, the way it works is it's a desperation thing. You know, there are these shitty little companies like MetaPlanet from Japan that was a failing hotel chain that to buy cred and get their name in the media, they're following MicroStrategy's stupid plan. Okay? Now, MicroStrategy makes no money as a software company. I was there when he almost bankrupt. This was in the last one. We went up to 40,000, the last bull run. He almost bankrupt. He's not the CEO anymore, okay? Because they threw him off. They were going to throw him off the board and everything. He almost bankrupted MicroStrategy because he has to keep buying Bitcoin at the top. I'm going to tell you all how to get to the point, how you're going to get rich. He's going to collapse. And when he does, okay, Bitcoin is going to crash horribly. I mean $40,000. We are going to get so rich shorting the piss out of this. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a cascading event, okay? And then at the bottom, people are going to be terrified to touch Bitcoin. It's going to go all the way down when this happens, okay? And it's not going to happen right away, okay? Because he's raising more money, more debt, okay, to buy more Bitcoin. Every time he buys Bitcoin at the all-time high that he creates because he's the artificial demand, well, he negates all the dollar cost average Bitcoin he bought, even at $10,000, because his entire cost average goes up and up and up. So he's leveraged. Nobody knows leverage trading like me. Now, if Bitcoin, last I looked, it was about $70,000 Bitcoin would have to go to liquidate him, okay? And that can happen very, very quickly. A tweet, a news story, and then if he doesn't buy more, okay, well, the price will start going down. He's been buying every Sunday night. We're traders. We've seen it, okay? We watched it. And he does it on Sunday night, creates an artificial pump that pumps up his stock on Monday and carries through. I know a lot of people made money on this. They're not going to want to hear this, but I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Okay, now he's in a situation where, you know, before, when he sold his bonds to buy Bitcoin, he never had to pay any interest. In other words, offer you interest. You just got the bonds and that was it. Okay? And now, hold on, one of you are noisy again. And I'm going to have to mass mute everybody, which I don't want to do. So now he's forced to pay interest, okay? As much as 10% on these convertible notes and all of these things, okay? And the bottom line is that Bitcoin, holding Bitcoin, does not produce any cash, okay? Is that what you look like, Jay Evil? That's hilarious. I won't make fun of you, bro, because we're friends. I didn't know that you look like that. You look like Peter Frampton. Anyway, you don't even know who that is. But moving right along. So he has to pay out money, right, to the bondholders in cash. Where's he going to get the cash from? He can't sell Bitcoin because it breaks the narrative that he created that he would never sell Bitcoin. Okay? So he just wrote to the SEC and filed with them that they may have to sell some Bitcoin to pay this mountain of debt they have, billions of dollars. Now, let's go back to the old days. MicroStrategy's been around from the internet era, okay, the internet bubble. It was nothing then. It was nothing all along. And just like I told you that MetaPlanet was a failing, stupid hotel company in Japan, and GameStop is now buying into the Bitcoin story, okay, with the stupid treasury idea, because they're failing too, and they need to get something to boost them up. Everything is pumped by a story. All right, so all of these little shit piss-on companies now are going to follow Michael Saylor into the story. So he's got a little more time to live, okay? But Bitcoin was never meant to be centralized, meaning owned by one person or one firm. He is breaking the laws that Bitcoin created for itself. And Bitcoin's a wicked bitch. Okay, the other day I posted where a trader, a whale, got liquidated at 40x for $287 million. Okay, and it just wicked him. It dropped to 104 something, right where his liquidation was, and then bounced right back up to 105. Okay, and he got destroyed. Okay, so when we look at this MicroStrategy situation, all right, his debt's getting bigger and bigger. Now he has to come up with money. He had a failing software company and came up with this fucking Bitcoin idea to save it. And it was a radical, crazy idea, and it made sense. But this has happened before. Terra Luna, FTX. This goes all the way back. I go all the way back to BitConnect. Okay, all the way back to the crypto scam platforms. And I remember, I was like, those scammy platforms finally made it to the big time when FTX failed. And then Terra Luna. This is on a grander scale. After this fails, okay, this will be made illegal. He is not going to survive this. Think of the mechanics. He has to keep buying more at higher and higher prices, and he's buying it with debt. And Bitcoin can drop $10,000 in a day. We've seen it. So as he buys more, he gets closer and closer to liquidation. God help him if Bitcoin starts to drop, because then panic and fear will set in. Now, what's making this worse? He's diluting his current shareholders, which they agreed to is in the prospectus when they bought into this, diluting them to buy more Bitcoin. That means if you owned 100 shares, now you own 10. But supposedly they're worth more. Okay? Now, many investors are pissed and they're starting to file class action lawsuits. Something else has just come up. He came out and said that this is so right out of the friggin' FTX tether. Okay, it could have been another scandal, but now it's too big to fail. But right out of the other playbooks, okay, he's not showing his Bitcoin reserves. He's not showing his Bitcoin reserves. Even stupid Bybit came out with a Merkle tree, okay, that he had to. I'm just reading the stuff in the chat at the same time. Peter Frampton, come alive. Anyway, so he won't show his reserves because he says that if he has to show his wallet, then he's a hack target. Oh, that's so bullshit anyway. You don't think that he's mega secure to the tits? Oh, of course he is. So showing your wallet address, all of a sudden, it just came out. There was a story the other day. Hold on, I can't even pull it up because I have to go to my DM to Miley Coco. Okay, there was a story the other day where somebody else came out and said that he could show his wallets. It's not a security risk. I forgot who it was. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can pull it up, and I will tell you the story exactly. So now he's not showing what he's holding. Okay, so that's very, very suspicious. Hold on, everyone. All right, so Michael Saylor came out the other day, okay, and said that he can't show his wallets, right? And all of a sudden, he cracks Strategy's Bitcoin wallet says Saylor stays silent. He had nothing to say, right? So it says that they have unmasked 87% of his secrecy, all right? So I think that, and it's Arkham Intelligence, right? And it says that they said what Michael Saylor said would never happen publicly. 88% of their holdings are identifiable. What if it comes out now, and this is like a really crappy site, what if it comes out now that they don't have what they say they had, okay? Hold on. Yeah, so they're being sued all over the place. This is the beginning of it. This is why I've seen this before. You don't understand. I've seen this so many times. This started with the crypto scam platforms in 2017. Okay? And it started, hold on one second. Anyway, so yeah, it's starting to happen. You're going to see this unravel. When it happens, because he has so much Bitcoin, okay, it's going to take the entire market down. So we can make money shorting it, and then we can buy it at the bottom because it'll come back up. And so that's the whole story. But we have to wait for him to unravel. Anyway, other than that, I need to let you go because I've talked my eyes out. It was my honor to talk to all of you. Okay, Bezo, hold on. You want to say something? Hold on. Where are you? I don't know. Anyway, you have to tell me in Discord. I'm exhausted. I'm totally burnt out. But it's been an absolute pleasure talking to all of you. I hope it helped. I don't want you to get liquidated. Make sure you're sure of direction. Don't try to get rich on one trade. And other than that, I really, really think that's everything. And so I want to say thank you to all of you. And have a great day, man.
Thank you, Big O.
It was
Thanks, Al.
It
We're
was
the ones
Thank you,
on it. We
Chief.
love you,
Thank you.
brother.
Thank you,
for
Erica.
sharing all of it.
Oh, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. So I'm going to try to upload this so you
Thank you,
guys
Erica.
can recap it, okay?
Shout out. Oh, thanks. Oh,
Okay.
Thank you,
you,
Rico.
everyone. Bye-bye.
Really
Oh,
appreciate
thank-
it.
thank
Al.
you.
Bye.
Enjoy your weekend, brother.
Thank you so
Excellent.
much.
And Wolves.
Thank you.